Mansfield in the morning.
This morning I actually want to look at energy and energy fields and the electromagnetic field around all of us, the auras that all of us have, and the impact that has on other people, after an experience I had on Friday that I'll share a bit later. So people of faith get very stressed when we talk about auras, but they actually aren't new age or anything new or odd. We all have them, and they're just the energy field around us. And some of us can see auras and some can't, and when you can see them, they're just different colors, depending on the person and their vibrational energy. And again, I want to stress that all of us have vibrational energy. Every living thing does. So people often ask me what the aura looks like, and if you look at the moon at the moment, it has a winter halo around it. For me, that's very similar to what the aura looks like. So back to Friday, and I did phone Jeremy and ask him if I could talk about this, and he said yes. So for 5 weeks, from Monday to Friday, we've come into the studio, and there were just 4 people here for me, Z, Johnny, Sam, and Jeremy. And we got into a little routine, and our energies have synced, and we all have our own space, and then we go home, and our contact with people is very limited. And I think that's the same for most people. People in lockdown, your contact is very limited. So I feel that we've also become a bit like hermits and used to having fewer people in our space. And so none of us are used to other people around. And our very beings have got used to this within ourselves. Now, on Friday, when I came in, there were a few extra people here. And Simon was in the studio, and I found myself actually quite rattled. Now, Simon's a lovely, funny guy with a really good energy. So I was worried about what was wrong with me. Does Simon agree? He's got a really lovely energy. And then I realized that it was to do with the fact that I'd got so used to having fewer people around. And so I phoned Jeremy, and he said he'd had a similar experience.
I had the same thing with because Motapelo arrived on Friday, and suddenly there was another person in the studio, and we're so aware of social distancing that I felt the need to move out of the way. And I also felt very off-center by other people coming into a space that had been almost established. It's a very weird feeling. And I think a lot of people are going to start feeling this as they come out of lockdown.
Yes, I think so. So that's what I want to look at, that we are going to start feeling that. And I think for me it's odd because both you and I actually get energized by other people. So it was a very strange thing to be in that space. Anyway, I went away and pondered it, and I thought it's a bit like getting fit again. So when I do spiritual healing, inner healing with people, they feel tired at the end of it. And if I haven't done it for a while, I feel tired. You've got to get spiritually fit. And I think it's the same. We just need to get fit again and recalibrate, if you like, and get used to having people around us. And so what I want to say, especially those who are going back to work, you're going to have to suddenly deal with colleagues and perhaps customers, and not all customers are happy customers, especially in lockdown. And so I want to say that you need to be gentle with yourself and others, and just be aware that you might feel like that. You might be exhausted by the end of the day. Be tolerant, be kind, be patient. When you get home at the end of the day, do something that makes you happy, that you can relax if possible. And don't overdo it. We all need time to readjust and find that this new energy level. And as we go up the levels, we're going to have to readjust over and over again. And this morning, I just wanted to highlight that I think we need to do that. So I chatted to a friend of mine in the States where some of the restrictions have been lifted, and he spoke about how tired he was. And when I shared this with him, he found, yes, he said, that's it. That rings true for him. It resonates with him. So we've had 5 weeks of limited exposure to other people. We've got used to a different way of life, and all the adjustments will take time for us to get used to them again. Tomorrow I may look at some of the scientific evidence around auras and the electromagnetic field we have and how we conduct electricity. But for now, just be patient, be kind, be gentle with yourself. And if you are finding it difficult to readjust, it will take time, but we will get there. And remember, if you're struggling, we're here for you at Hot 91.9. May God bless you and keep you and your loved ones safe.
Thank
Have
you,
a great day.
Thank you, Reverend.
Here it comes! It's Mansfield in the morning. Driven by Sandown Motors, your Mercedes-Benz partner. On